fear of Allah. Number two, to know that the service of the masjid can be taken by any person who is capable. Number three is to allow other people to join. Number four, to always give shaitan exit. Because when you stand firm, I'm not going to allow this to happen, shaitan will use you, will employ you, become an employee or employer of shaitan. He's going to employ you and make you, always he gives you your share of thing, because he's going to use it to bring fitness. So if we get this and say, hey, Allah says the Quran, Inna shaytana lakum aduwwun fattakhizuhu aduwwa. It didn't say, Allah said, shaitan is indeed your enemy. Consider him as such. Don't relax. He's working 24/7 to get you. So don't relax. Consider him as enemy. So you be awake. The believers are those الذين إذا مسهم طائف من الشيطان تذكروا فإذا هم مبصرون. When shaitan comes close, don't allow. No, they won't take the masjid from you. No. The masjid is the house of Allah, not my house. So let it happen. You see? So when we fail to put this together, then the worst happen. So it's Allah and the feeling, the sense of community together, working together, and also to know that shaitan can make you his agent. So when you have this understanding, we will listen. Otherwise, believe me, there's no hope. All of masjid, from east to coast, is fight. Everywhere. I don't know if there's one masjid where there's a fitna. So we need to this lecture to actually go, and maybe if this table is well recorded, we can send it to all masjid to listen. I know many are going to hate me, but I would love them to hate me for the sake of Allah. Thank you very much for the question. Yes, sir.
Sheikh, tell me. Sheikh, mashallah, a lot of masajid in the area, and mashallah, we see a lot of leaders, and especially imams, and subhanallah is if you can give a really, we said it, but inshallah if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to be strong and knowledge, without knowledge, that's actually rather than will, then you destroy. So inshallah if you can say something about the imams, because mashallah all the brothers, sisters, they're listening and they came to the masjid. But the problem is the leaders, they came, but rather they give them the right information. They cause them harm. So
the imams are already giving...
Because if the man, you said it, if the man is standing, he's not qualified, then he thinks he's doing something good, and that's between him and Allah. Give him attention, but he might, it might be distraction more than. So inshallah, if you say something about the importance and the responsibility of the sheikh when he stands on the manbar, inshallah.
Yeah, that's very important. That is a whole lecture myself. But as he said, you can't, if Imam Ali said, رحم الله ما عرف قدر نفسه أو عرف قدره فوقف عنده. May Allah's blessing be upon he who knows his level, his standard, and know his limits. The Imam role is not just, and it is a responsibility. How you read the Fatiha, how you recite it, it's a leader. You are the pilot, the leader, the commander-in-chief in the masjid. And if you have misconception, or if you are not qualified enough, if you are a fake pilot, what happens to them? It will rock. If you are the fake captain, the ship will not arrive safely. So we need qualified imam. But this said, we don't have that much of qualified imams in America. And there's, honestly speaking, according to statistics from Mustafa, how many qualified imams do we have in America? Mustafa and his statistician, he said that about 70% of imams need to learn how to be imams. About 70%. And that is true. There are few. But then that's how seriously. They can't even recite the Fatiha well, they can't even read, they can't even, it's their like ownership. I own it or I inherit it. It's not inheritance, it's qualification, it's education, it's ilm, it's taqwa, it's hope in Allah. And we of us stand here, you're unqualified, you are in trouble. Because Allah is not going to set you free. You are going to have a big time on the day of judgment when you want to escape the day of judgment. You don't want to be questioned. You want to escape my analysis. Stand here, but reform, bring them here. They have to be questioned. And it's not easy. So the church, I would say that if you know yourself that you are not capable, bring the capable person or who is better than you at least to be in the role. But we have more mosques than the good imams, but still we have to be able to know every individual. It's not wrong to know that I am not eligible for imam and bring whoever, or if there's nobody, we just exchanging this really today, then we start searching for the real imam. So this is very important in America, and that is what is causing the fight and the fitna in many places. Some imams are responsible, and many times too, the people are responsible. Many other fitness as we mentioned, inshallah. So Jazakallah khair, we will be able to have a lecture only about how to eliminate or at least to reduce the fitna in the masajid.
Assalamu alaikum.
Yes, sister has a question.
Sister, I'll come to you, inshallah. The brother raised the hand. Wa alaikum salam.
How can we, well, first of all, a lot of the Muslims in the Bay Area know each other. And there was a point in time where a lot of different masajid were thriving and flourishing. And then over time, when different things happen at different masajid, it's a lot of people that just aren't around anymore. So how can we encourage these people to come back out to wherever, any masjid, it's a lot of Muslims we just don't see anymore. And just out of a concern, we just don't see them. And, how can we encourage them to come out to anything?
That's a very interesting point. We spend more time fighting the masjid about who is to be what, who is to be a leadership, which is unpaid, even less than paid. But we don't even the name, I am this and that. Instead of doing the dawah. The dawah is supposed to be number one priority for Muslim. When you become Muslim, think of how you can introduce and present Islam to another person. And the reward is huge. لأن يهدي الله بك رجلا واحدا خير لك من الدنيا وخير لك مما تبعث. If Allah guided someone through your presentation, through your approach, through your words, through your... Wallahi, it's better than everything in this dunya. There is a sister in Bakersfield today. She was supposed to take Shahada today. Because I'm coming here, I asked the brother to give a Shahada, and when I come, because I don't want to delay. If she dies today, it's serious. Give her the Shahada. And when I come back, I will do the Shahada in the declaration in the masjid. That's the Shahada Islam. The sister took Islam like last month. Last month she became Muslim. And she brought another person today to take Shahada. SubhanAllah. Dawah is a duty of every Muslim. Through your habits, the sister, through your hijab, through your morality, through your quick response to aid, to help, to ask, to visit, to be there. Brothers, at your work, even if you drive, be a Muslim as you drive. They say that there's a term they use, driving as something, and driving under influence, driving as black. Okay, drive as a Muslim. What about that? Drive as a Muslim. Can we promote this? Will you type it in and put in, please, brothers, let's drive as Muslims? Which means if someone insults you, say, go with peace. Can we say that? Don't just say, you know what? And use the L word and N word and something. And that was Kufi, the problem with Kufi. Oh man. It's a terrorist. Someone said he's a terrorist, man. Drive as what? Can you grab this teacher and put it in the Muslim place? Right? I'm serious. Look, just go, it's easy now. Go on the internet and show the car. Go someone Muslim wearing kufi in the car. Drive as Muslim. And stick to the Islam morality as a driver. Believe me, that is dawah. That's why I was driving and with Dr. Mustafa Kulung, I told him he's a PhD. When it was green, I forced myself to go right immediately before the car because the Mustafa was very hard and harsh on me. Sometimes it's harder than I can take.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I need to give it down too. And he said, you can do that. And you why didn't you ask permission? I said, Mustafa, I took advantage. I went before they even moved. So, I mean, I know it's wrong, but I didn't block them. I didn't cause any problem. I just went far before they even moved. He said, but still, you have to raise your hand and say, well, it's organizational, you know. So I know he's right. This is a Muslim way. You have to say, I'm sorry. And do something, signal, something, tell him, I'm sorry. This is a big word in Islam. Big, huge word. I am sorry. It can diffuse shaitan. It can quench huge trouble and problem. Brother, I'm sorry for the sake of Allah. Okay, oh, I'm sorry. Don't fail to say I'm sorry. One day, Umar bin Abdul Aziz, he is the leader of Islam. Then, he was in the masjid, you know, like, to come and making salah. And there's a brother who was sleeping in the masjid. By mistake, he stepped on his feet. And the man got up so furious and said, what is that? You crazy? Are you blind? Just like, you know, the head of state. Are you blind? And Omar said, no, I'm sorry. And his guard rushed into the man to smash him. He said, what are you doing? He said, no, he's insulting you. He said, he did not insult me. He asked me, I'm blind. I said, no, I'm not blind. Simple. You see how we can be detected? I was a fitna detectives. He is a detective. Are you blind? I said, no, I'm not blind. Thank you, God, I'm sorry. Well, like, it will look on. But when you say, I'm blind, you say, you're crazy. It's not a place to sleep. You get out. He will say this and then you say that, then it will be firework. So it's important that we actually be very careful and drive as Muslims. When you know, keep Islam. I'm sorry, brother. Excuse me, can I be drunk as a Muslim? Wallahi. We can write a book about how you can be drunk as a Muslim. It's a lot of mistakes Muslims are doing, causing Islam a lot. So, you know, this is something that, you know, we need to do, and I hope I've answered the question. So, we need to do da'wah, to care about da'wah, more than fighting masjid. We need to be able to think that it's our duty to do da'wah, to call people, and even the people, Muslim first. Now, a da'wah, go to Sheikh, and the da'wah is not calling non-Muslim, calling the Muslims, existing Muslims. The brother who is not constantly come to masjid, let's see, let's make jihad. That's our jihad. Not jihad taking and, you know, bombing yourself and go and kill yourself. No, not jihad. There are many jihad. The jihad is to see how many people come to masjid. I'm not saying to the Fajr. You know, it's hard. Alhamdulillah. Let's start with Zuhur, Asr, Maghrib, Isha. Let's start one step at a time. The brother, we didn't see you a long time in the masjid. We're just curious if, you know, inshallah, you know, we know we're all busy. This love is crazy, but, you know, what about one time? I will come and pick you up. Huh? If you don't, I don't have, you know, it's hard, I don't know. I'll come pick you up one salat. One step at a time. So we need to do that to bring the brother back to the masjid, inshallah. And if we, you know, if we clean our intention, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Sister. Wa alaykum salam.
I've observed in the community the reverts and the converts and the different generations of people. And I guess one of the questions I have is like how the role of the elders in the community.
Allah.
And how does that look in terms of building a strong community?
Elders. That is all Islam. The Prophet ﷺ have a hadith, sahih. ليس منا من لم يوقر كبيرنا أو من لم يرحم صغيرنا ويعرف قدر صغيرنا أو من لم يرحم صغيرنا ويعرف قدر كبيرنا وفي رواية من لم يوقر كبيرنا ويرحم صغيرنا. The hadith is very, very dangerous to me, to the extent that I'm thinking to go to Bukhari, Muslim, even Majah, Tirmidhi, and put together all the hadith, laysa minna. We are not understanding it. Laysa minna means what? It's not one of us. The Prophet said, if you do not want to, you are not. Your Islam is not of value. More than Sheikh. He said, laysa minna. You're not one of us. You can be something else, but not a Muslim. Who does not know the value of our elders? And be be lovable and friendly to our young ones.